This is Suzanne Wagner. Thank you for joining me. I do a daily numerology and astrology blog, and today's is for April 24th, 2021. If you add all those numbers together, you get the number 15, and if you add the 1 and the 5 together, you get the number 6. The archetype for the number 6 is Saint Hildegard, who was an artist and a nun, and she was very spiritual. And so, needless to say, the number 6 promotes art, but also stillness and contemplation, reflection, and peace. The number 6 is the number of meditators and those who recognize that the inward door often has more fulfilling answers than seeking things in an outward way. While the external world is a beautiful place, the inner world holds the most profound answers that any of us can pursue in this life. The richness of who we are hides in the places that we are afraid to look, under the ego and under the projections of what we want others to believe lies our true self. It is something that must be a very personal journey of self-discovery. It is extraordinary when you finally feel safe enough to be yourself, regardless of external circumstances. And what a wonderful world this would be if each of us were being real. Then we would not have to play the games of pretense, and dealing with others that no longer need to feel defensive would be a wonderful thing. The astrology today. The moon wants to create a method out of all the madness. Organizing is right up the Virgo moon's alley, as it will influence us for the first half of the day. It will trine to Pluto, encouraging more order and earnestness to this busy world. The Libra moon kicks in around lunchtime and makes us want to move from a kind heart and a balanced mind. There is a strong need for companionship and connection. Mercury and Venus square with Saturn, but it aligns precisely tomorrow. Obstacles arise to deal with. It is essential to not get defensive or discouraging or the attempts for change from others. Life has been difficult for a long time. Everyone is dealing with very heartbreaking situations and circumstances. Be very sensitive to rejection that you may be projecting outwards. We are in a time where financially we keep getting hit with money issues and emotional patterns that stretch us past our limit. Stay on top of all the small details. Stay as balanced as possible. Best to avoid taking on significant choices or decisions until more clarity arises. Clearly, we do not have all the information necessary to make a clear and correct choice. My quote for today. I learned to embrace what is. I learned that life never consistently follows a straight line. Life was created to make random twists and turns that allow us to feel more creative and spontaneous. We did not come down here to be robots following the same sequence day after day. We came down here to learn, to open, to change, and to play. And my blog for today. It is getting warmer out here, and on Saturday we are hoping for rain. Any water would be a great gift. A deluge would be more than welcome. We need the type of rain that soaks deep into the soil. There is a big typhoon across the Pacific, and I hope that it will spin off some weather our way. I plan on putting some water troughs out for the animals. They are going to need the water while we have our own spring, and we also have city water. But if the fire season is bad, water is going to be in short supply. How do we find a better balance in a world tilting off center? Well, it is about being prepared, but it is also about being very aware of what is happening. Avoidance of the obvious can get all of us into deep trouble. Perhaps some things are going to happen regardless, but life is about seeing the signs and making the necessary decisions to minimize problems. We seem to be in a world where avoidance makes those doing the avoiding believe that the worst case scenario will not happen. But that never works. Those doing the self-deception are caught unprepared and will then blame everyone else that they were not given the information. But it is up to us to notice where we are lying to ourselves and do something else. The consequences of not waking up and shifting towards honesty and truth will have dire results, not just for us, but for this world. Have a wonderful day.